So my name is Jared, I'm 33 years old. Wow, this is a lot better with the podium this time. It's an honor to be here today and share with you my story as a suicide survivor. I started telling my story in March of 2015, and it has really given me the opportunity to share with much courage and hope my own perspective on depression, anxiety, and suicide. What was something of a huge mess for me has really now become a message. I've been through the darkness of depression as a low and a hiddenness from others, and through anxiety from me as a high, and often was felt as my own emotions of concern running faster than the actual concern. I have been in both. For the sake of time, I can't break down all of childhood and what life was like when I was younger, but depression was something that runs in the family on my dad's side. It was not clear that that's what I was experiencing until later on in life when I was able to look back. I felt most of life was good. The creative part of life is in discovery. Later in life, I came to see with much clarity my creativity was something that I used to process a lot of pain and confusion. In fall of 2007, when I was 21 years old, I received my first diagnosis that came out of my first mental breakdown. I had a really intense panic attack one night, which up to that point in life, I had always been a very heavy creative thinker, and I did have anxiety, but never to the point that I was unable to sleep. My mind started racing and wouldn't stop. One night of no sleep then led to 7 nights of no sleep, which led to seeing a doctor and receiving a diagnosis of Bipolar Mania. Luckily, I did snap out of the anxiety and the after effect of depression that went with it. 1 year after that, the same symptoms occurred, but this time I received more medication than the first time, and for a while it really did help me. I was able to sleep every night and work a job full-time, but due to not fully accepting the illness, I got off the medicine 3 years later. This resulted in the worst of all 3 episodes that occurred 2 years later in 2012. I had always had problems with my dad. My parents went through a divorce in between the episodes. The pain from my father's verbal abuse and anger really was something that I felt I never really knew how to confront. It led me to many tears, many nights, and more than I would like to admit, it resulted in a lot of anger. This anger turned inward very quickly. I think that a lot of the depression that I was facing was this giant void of fatherlessness. I had felt like I didn't really have a dad, and especially when I was in these hard times of mental instability, it made it worse for me that my dad seemed like he didn't care. So it made me very mad that my dad mistreated my mom. It made me angry that I was trying to be an adult at 21, 23, 25, and 27. But like a small child being left for a few minutes by its parents, there was a lot of despair in me, and there was a lot of fear. The worst time in life was the last episode, which started at the end of 2012. I had experienced the same symptoms as the previous years, but much, much worse. Not sleeping, racing thoughts, and this time around, thoughts of wanting to escape from the chaos. I was hospitalized for the first time. That led to another hospitalization and another after that. I know some of you probably have felt something like that within yourself. You feel like you are doing what the counselor tells you or what your support system tells you, but it feels like it's not working. It's not working. That is what I would tell my family and support every day. It was the most miserable, tormenting time of my life. So I came to a place that I never thought I would come to. I wanted to suicide. The idea of wanting to escape in a way that would leave those around me empty and in despair for the rest of their lives, that I came to that dark place and I stepped into it. But I think God had other plans, and if it wasn't God, then it was the universe. I ended up in a coma and was in it for 2 days. My friends from out of state flew in to see me, and with much prayer from the local church, I came out of the coma without any memory loss and without any brain damage, which were 2 absolute miracles. This is where things really started to change for me. I spent time in the hospitals receiving a lot of help, getting the meds right. Getting the medicine right is a huge part of the process. What can be hard for a lot of us with mental health conditions is getting the balance, the right mix of medicine for you, the patient. It can be easy to compare yourself to others, but we all have to do what is best for us with the help of our support system. So today and every day in the last 6 years has been a very new way of thinking. Every day, I do believe we look into the mirror to check and see how we look. If we didn't, others would notice. I think we all have a mirror we can look into every day to check our own mental health as well. We should be able to notice if those we care about aren't using that mirror. I can say my view of myself has been very different. Life is full of much beauty, yet it is subtle and it feels like it has to be earned. I've spent the last 3 years working in business with a business called AbleSource, a marketing company and photography agency. I have worked and traveled in 34 of the 50 states and have met some amazing people, taking Google virtual tour photos of businesses. Each day feels like a second chance. Gratitude mixed with purpose has been my greatest medicine, along with the other medicine I take too, that I still take. It probably has been said that there is no pill for bitterness or unforgiveness, and if there was, you would run out of pills to take. There can be no pill for pain and for abuse and for mistreatment, but I do believe with therapy and with true friendships and community and with real perseverance, healing is possible. I do believe in having courage, but you need to believe in it too. The place to start, I believe the hardest place to start is asking the questions. What do you see when you look in the mirror? Do you like it? How can you get help when you feel these overwhelming emotions? So if you do need help, tell a trusted adult, tell a counselor. That's it. So I'm done.